So today I want to introduce you to an idea that people talk about everywhere online, but no one shares with you how to do it exactly in details. The idea of treating your trading like a business. Now you've heard this advice everywhere online. People say it all the time in interviews, in videos. You gotta treat your trading like a business. But what does that mean exactly? Let's try to focus on how to set up your trading like a real business, how that's gonna help you get better results and make more money in the market. Right. So if someone tells you to treat your trading like a business, what do you even do about it? What does that mean? How do you focus on that? Well, there's a few things you can do. Now, before we dive into this for trading, I want to give you an example with business first so you can understand how that works out. Then we can move into trading in details. But if you look at a business, any kind of company, right, they have some kind of hierarchy. So they may have, let's say, a CEO over here or a director. Then they might go here below and they'll have a finance team. Then over here, they'll have a marketing. Then you go over here, they'll have a procurement or like supply team that kind of look at getting suppliers, getting stuff to help them become better or to sell their products. Then what else would they have? Well, they have probably a HR department, so human resources. Okay, and then below all of this, of course, there could be many things like there, but let's just keep it simple. Below all of these, they'll have their employees. Their employees will all be here. They'll have a ton of people working for that company, if it's a big company. All the employees are here, helping to make the business run and helping to, of course, generate the profit. Okay, now these people are there for very specific reasons. They are part of the team, executive team. And then they'll have these employees that are going to run the business with whatever they do on a daily basis. Okay, that's also like simple and good, but what does that mean for trading? Because are you going to have employees? Not employees per se, possibly. But you can apply the same thing for your own trading. Okay, so you are the CEO of your trading. And not just trading, of your trading business. Okay, everyone here who trades and hopes to make a living in trading in the market, they're actually CEOs of business. They are going to have to run their own business. Now, however you want to call this, that's fine. But you're going to have to run a business at some point. All right? So we need to be able to think about the fact that if you run a business, you need to have some sort of business hierarchy in your own trading company. Okay? So you might not have finance, but you'll definitely have something where you need to look at capital. Okay, so you have a capital department. Let's just call it finance, because why not? Finance. Now that finance department, what do? Well, they're going to ensure that you have capital for your own trading. Okay, that you have some money to be able to use on your trading. Now, what else do you have? Well, you probably won't have a marketing department. Like you're not going to promote trading online necessarily. You're not going to do ads on Facebook about your trading, because who would care about it necessarily? But you're going to have a place where you at least need to look at public relations, PR. Now, what does that mean? Let's say you want to find capital outside. You want to go and get funded by investors. You need some kind of marketing. You need to market yourself out there. You need to show people who you are. You need to show about your stats, about your returns, your equity curve. That's all called like public relations. That's all PR. So you need to be able to explain to people what you do. You need to have what Michael in my team likes to call elevator pitch. So this elevator pitch, they're going to be able to tell people about your own trading, like what you do in the market, what you do as a job. That's something you need to be able to think about. So that's your PR, or even you could call this your marketing. Okay, that's a very important part of trading if you want to be able to grow to like 1 million, 2 million, $5 million in your account, or even more beyond that. You need to be able to think about these things. So you've got to take care of that. Now, procurement. Well, procurement is the place where you'll find resources for your trading. So you could call this supply or suppliers. Suppliers. Now, what kind of suppliers are you going to have? Well, you're going to have maybe a coach. Maybe you're going to have a coder to code your strategy. Maybe you're going to have a platform provider. Maybe you're going to have other tools that will help you to be successful in trading. These are all suppliers in your own trading. Okay, now we'll get to the specifics of how that works out and how you can use this to become better after. But we need to be able to define here this framework. Okay, and then we've got HR. Now, what in the world does HR does in a trading business? Because HR usually in the company is there to support the employees, hire new people, is there to make sure people are in the right place, that they don't have any issues with the employees. So how in the world are you going to have this in your own trading company? Well, HR is actually a lot more wide, but let's take into account the fact that here you've got your employees. Now, what are your employees? You don't have any employees in trading. Well, your employees are going to be equal to your strategies. Okay, now this is going to be a very interesting concept. The more strategies you have, the more employees you have. The strategies are supposed to be working for you. If a strategy makes money, that's a good employee. If a strategy doesn't make money, that's a bad employee. Or an employee you have to change or help or make grow over time. You got to train them first because they're not making money now. Okay. Now, these employees that make a lot of money, you want to be able to promote them. Okay. If they make a lot of money in the market, you want to promote them. If they don't make any money in the market, meaning they're losing money, you might look to not increase their paycheck. You might look to cut them off at some point. You might look at training them again. So you're going to try to make them grow, help them out, because these don't make any money. So you need to be able to deal with your strategies like you would deal with a normal employee. Someone who works for you, you pay them like $50 an hour or so. You pay them $100 an hour. They got to be able to produce results for you. If not, it's not worth it. You got to cut them off or do something else with it. Okay, that's your strategies. Now, HR is going to be all that process of looking at these employees, these strategies in the market. How do they perform? It's going to be all about the analysis and growth of your strategies, okay, of these strategies over here. You need to be able to train them and improve them over time to get you results you want. Now, this is very important because the fact that most people, when they have a losing week in the market, they blame themselves. They say, oh, I'm a bad trader, I suck, I'm not good at this, I'll never be successful ever in the market. But is it really their fault? Do you think that when Apple has a bad week in sales, that Tim Cook is down on himself? He's like pissed off, saying he's a loser all the time because they had a bad week. Probably, for sure not, right? For sure that's not happening. And that's because the CEOs here controls the business. And anything that doesn't work out in the business is not based on the CEO necessarily. It's based on these other departments that maybe something needs to be fixed. Okay, if you have a bad week in your trading, maybe you have to fix your employees, your strategies. You got to work on that more. You got to fix your HR department. Maybe if you had a bad week in trading, it's because you didn't have the right platform, or maybe they had like a platform breakdown on you during the week. Well, then you got to work on this, the suppliers. Maybe it's something about you try to get an investor or a prop firm and you fail at it because they thought you were a stupid guy who couldn't trade. Then that's your PR department. Okay, that's your marketing aspect of your trading. So you got to have some stats. You got to present them properly to your investors. And that's not because of you're a loser. That's because you don't have the right process to be able to promote your trading out there. And that's very important. That is the hierarchy here of your trading. Every time you have something not working out, it's not just your fault. It's the fault of the company, the process running in the background that you got to be able to work on yourself. Now, you're the leader of these things. If these things don't work out, it's kind of because of you, because you didn't work on these things. It's your fault. But you can do something about them. It doesn't make you a loser because you lose money in the market. That's what I'm saying. Now, another part of a company is going to be all about creating a growth business plan. So, all businesses out there, or at least that's what they say online, that's what they should have in theory. They have a business plan and they have a plan to grow. Okay, so I call this a growth trading plan for us traders. This is a plan that will allow you, if you do things right, to grow your own trading, to be able to get better, to be able to achieve more things, to be able to grow your capital. Now, if you don't have this plan, or you don't work on this plan, or you don't fix this plan together, then you're not going to grow in the market. You're just going to leave things up to chance. And no one wants that. So we need to have a plan to help us grow in trading. And what are we going to put in that plan exactly? A good question. Well, we can put things like how much capital you have now and how much capital you want to get in the future. You can put things like how many strategies you have now and how many strategies you want to get in the future. We could put things like also what is your biggest challenge right now and what do you want to do in the future? What is your goal for the future? Okay. And for each of these things, we'll look at if you have a challenge in something, how can we fix it? What action steps we can take to fix that challenge, that issue we have in your trading. So if it's discipline, what action step can you do to fix your discipline? If it's missing out on trades, what action step you can take to not miss out on trades? If it's having a bad strategy, what action step can you take to make your strategy better? Then we'll look at also some resources. What kind of help can we get to be able to improve these things? Same thing as a business would do. They will look for maybe investors. They will look for people to help them out. You can do the same thing for your own trading. Look for resources. These could be, of course, a coach, could be a book, could be anywhere else in between to help you with your own challenges. Okay, so once you have these things here in place, then we can start to work on these things. But if you don't have a plan, you don't have any way to grow in trading. Whenever you want to leave up or growth up to chance in trading, we want to have a growth planned out in the plan. We want to have a growth planned out and then work on these things over time. Okay, so I actually have a template that's called a one-page growth trader plan, which is a simple one-pager like this that you fill in with your goals. You put your goals at the top. Then you put here your challenges, things you have to improve. Then you're going to put here what kind of resources you can have for these challenges to help you. Then you're going to put what you want to do for the next 90 days. So we really break this down into 90 days. The idea being every 90 days you do a new plan for your next 3 months. Then you work on these things. So what you're going to do month 1, what you're going to do here month 2, and what you will do here in month 3. So see this on the screen right over here. You can check it out. I'll leave a link below for that for you to download it. Of course, it's free, 100% free. You can just get it, use it for your own trading. I want people to be able to use that tool to become better. And that's my big objective with this. Is that people have the tools in the organization they need to succeed. Because most people aren't really organized when it comes to trading. But this will really help. Check this out. It's going to make a big difference. Now, after we've taken care of our plan, the next thing we want to do for a business is actually look at building our team. All businesses have a team. They have people working for them. If a business doesn't have a team, it's just a self-employed person. It's not really a business. You want to make your trading not as a self-employed, because we already are self-employed. We want to make it a real business. So building a team. Who can you have in your team to help you get better? Okay, I'll list some things, but you could, of course, add more to it. How about a coach? We'll go with simple. A coach to help you with your own trading. How about a coder? A coder who will call you strategy, help you automate things, and get more consistency in the market. How about an accountant? Accountant who can help you to make the best out of your returns, not pay too much taxes, use the reductions you can use. I'm not the expert to cover this topic. I hire myself an accountant to help me with these things because I know I would just screw up and waste a lot of time if I'm doing it myself. Sure, I could learn it, how to do it myself if I want to, but it would be a lot of wasted time and a lot of wasted energy that I can use to become better in the market. How about someone who will research for you or like test ideas? Okay, you can have a team of these people who will give you ideas for how to become better. How about just as part of your team is social aspect? Okay, so I'll put social club for lack of a better word, social club, which means a group of traders you can just kind of burn your steam with when you're in a bad time or when you have tough times. You can just hang out with, talk about something else or trading also if you want, who can just help you to kind of disconnect from the market a little bit. That can be very useful. As part of your team, how about we think about your partner? So your wife, your husband, your partner, who can help you to become better. Now your partner here will not be involved necessarily in your own trading all the time. They will not be there to like take trades with you, but they'll be there. They have to support you anyway. They have to be able to understand what you do. They have to be able to see you're getting results with it. You got to be able to communicate with them correctly. Show them what you're up to, what you work on, what things don't go well, what things are going well, and so on. So your partner should be involved in your team as a trading business. And of course, later on, when you get to a point where you have a lot of work and a lot of things and you cannot really kind of take care of everything, how about just an assistant? You could call this secretary, you could call this assistant. I'm going to put here assistant for now. Assistant is someone who can help you with like anything you want. Okay, so as part of your trading business, you want to be able to focus on trading well. And you might not have time to like clean your apartment or clean your house or like pick up your groceries or do all these things. Or you might not have time to even reply to emails. Or you don't have time to do all these things you should be doing that are not just really essential for you to do. You can have someone else do it. So having a personal assistant or some kind of assistant could be very useful to be able to work less, but work on things you like, things that inspire you, and things that make you grow and obviously earn more money over time. There's no point cooking yourself if you are not enjoying it, or if you can make money other ways in that same time. So having an assistant for anything, which I have right now myself, can be a very good help. Okay, so for any kind of task you like, for any kind of task you don't like, or that aren't a good use of your time. Anything you want. Cooking, cleaning, and whatever that is, organizing. So that's all part of your team. Can you see how if we focus on these things, building a team, creating a growth trading plan, and focusing on having a hierarchy for your trading, some things to work on, different departments, some action step for each of these departments, that can be a huge help to be able to focus on the bigger picture and build trading that's not just based on you, but based on the old processes behind you that are supporting you to become a better trader over time. This is a very good help if you focus on these things. Try to think about which category here you have the worst action on, like you're the worst at, then you can improve that one as part of your growth trading plan. Okay, get that template below. It's going to be linked for you to download for free. If you have any question, again, feel free to comment below the video. Ask a question here. I'm going to be happy to answer them. Quick reminder here, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I publish 3 videos like this every week. 2 videos in a week, 1 video on Sunday when I interview a trader around the world, give you the advice, the knowledge, and experience for free. And you can always check this out. But if you don't want to miss out on these, make sure you are subscribed to the channel by clicking the subscribe button below and the bell next to it to be notified of future videos. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.